Hello everybody, welcome to the blog. I'm Ben Patrick Johnson. It is Friday, which is good. It's been a long week, hasn't it? It certainly has here on the left coast. A lot of interesting things are going on though. The other evening, I think my neighbor Paris Hilton had a party, or someone on my block did, because there was a lot of chaos. And then in the morning, there were beer cans and junk all over the lawns, like a frat kegger gone sloppy. Now, the party could have been at the French consul's place. He and his wife or lady friend, they live on our corner, but French consul and beer cans all over the lawn kind of don't go together. It's not a really big deal to me, but the petite film editor who lives next door, she's kind of upset, and she's had a crew of workers out putting up razor wire on the top of her fence. So now her place looks like a very glamorous concentration camp with palm trees, which is just weird. But I think it's going to be a good weekend for me because, among other things, the very handsome, very young Middle Eastern guy who we're going to call Shiny on this webcast, the guy I broke things off with a week ago, but we're still getting along fine. He's been out of the country and he's coming home today, which means that Dad, if you and Mom are watching, can you pause this for a second and send her out of the room? You can keep watching, though. All right, thank you. Okay, I am so going to get laid this weekend. I mean, like, woo, totally laid. Welcome home sex, almost as good as makeup sex, if you ask me. And I'm not pre-gloating. I'm just saying. Oh, and while Mom's gone, I want to send congratulations out to MySpace friend and fellow blogger Jamin Keane, who's been losing weight like a madman and wrote me this morning to boast that he got felt up in a club for the first time last night. Way to go, Jamin. I'll see you on the cover of Workout for Men. Okay, Dad, you can have Mom come back in and have her hurry because I think she's going to like this next part. I am finally going to talk about immigration, much as I'd like to postpone it even further. But viewers have been writing and saying, well, when are you going to start the discussion? So here we go. I have to say, I feel a little sorry for our president this week. Seriously, it's been tough on W. First of all, it comes out that his attorney general is a shifty SOB who needs to resign yesterday. And it's looking as though the electronic trail of his misdeed leads right to the White House, which for President Bush has to be a serious buzzkill. And speaking of buzzkill, the president's been in South America and people there have not been very hospitable. The New York Times reports his being booed in a soccer stadium. CNN's running video of protesters burning effigies in the street, some with swastikas and little Hitler mustaches. And meanwhile, Hugo Chavez, president of Venezuela and no friend of Bush, has conducted a kind of creepy shadow tour, showing up after the American president in city after city and saying unkind things about our Georgie. Now, one of the main things the president's been trying to do on this trip, all kidding aside, you got to give him credit for trying, is to stir the immigration discussion. He's trying also to drum up international support for his proposed new guest worker policy, with no help from pesky detractors like liberal talk show host and blogger Amy Goodman, who yesterday noted that some immigration experts who've read Bush's proposal are dismayed, suggesting it amounts to a reinstitution of slavery. But let's extend our president a small courtesy by taking up his task of spurring discussion here on the blog today. The truth is, I've been putting it off because it's hard to come out swinging on a topic that clearly has different sides, each with arguments with a lot of merit. It's like I have two different little voices inside my head quarreling, and neither of them lets the other step forward and say, this is Ben's stance on the issue. I mean, over here you've got, this is a nation built on immigrants. How dare we close our door now, whether the immigration is legal or illegal? It's un-American. And then over here, you dilute things too much and you haven't gotten America. Yes, well, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, already here participating in what you like to call America, whether you like it or not. I would like it if they were paying taxes and Social Security. Some are. Illegally. Why do you care? Because it's the flippin' law, that's why. Less restriction on immigration makes America appear more benevolent to the world, something pretty useful, especially in an era when hatred of America has people flying planes into buildings and blowing stuff up. Oh, so now it's a popularity contest. Or are you suggesting we draw our own blood in order to appease terrorists? That's a kind of upside-down take on what's already happening in Iraq, wouldn't you say? Oh, it always has to come back to the war, doesn't it? Why do you think the world hates America so much? They are envious, and they want a piece of it. If they can't have our schools, our welfare, our first-class health system, they'd just as soon destroy our way of life. Come on. Most of those in question aren't terrorists or bad guys. They're hard-working people, many already here, living peaceably, contributing cheap labor that helps America run, and collectively running up unemployment for less skilled Americans who are paying taxes and therefore can't compete with a foreigner making $4 an hour under the table while gypping the American tax system. This at a time when millions of Americans are out of work. But with expanded legal immigration, the best and brightest get opportunities they never would have in their native country. That's just human decency on a global scale. We're creating a global brain drain by scraping off the upper crust and depleting immigrants' countries of origin of badly needed skills. And Mom, you know what I'm talking about from the years you spent in Africa, teaching school and watching your best students leave for office jobs in Europe instead of going back to their villages to make life better there. Let them stay. Send them home. For some in California and Texas, they didn't cross the border crossed them. Besides, our culture is becoming richer. Our culture is becoming divided. The melting pot has been replaced by the Tower of Babel. You are cynical and frightening. You are being naive and a foolish Pollyanna. Can you substantiate your claims? Can you substantiate your claims? Shut up, shut up. This, my friends, is the newly democratically controlled Congress. Prophetic of what's to come in the next legislative cycle? We shall see. And though this little puppet show hasn't solved a thing, hopefully it's got you thinking. That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you Monday on the blog. And by the way, so that our little get-togethers don't slip your mind, make sure you've subscribed and do us all a favor. And today, invite one friend to share this blog. Just send them an email. The show only grows when you spread the word. You and your friend can both subscribe by visiting the iTunes store, entering Ben Patrick Johnson as a search, and subscribing as a podcast. And for now, this webcast is also available on MySpace and YouTube. Look, we've made it even easier for you. Send us an email to info@benpatrickjohnson.com and we'll reply with a handy form letter for your friend that includes links to where the show is posted. Really, the process could not be much easier. I'm Ben Patrick Johnson. Thank you for stopping by for a check of life on the left coast.